Yo, welcome back everyone. As you can probably tell, I haven't made a huge amount of progress since the last video. I have beaten the twins on stream. Other than that, I've beaten no other hard mode, boss, or event. So today we're going to work on either expanding my arena or maybe potentially even fighting the next one. Last video I farmed for the ice feather, if I'm not mistaken. So now I should be able to craft the wings that go with them. Yep. So what was required last video was a mithril anvil, but the way Calamity works is you're not able to get mithril until you beat your first mechanical boss. So beating that unlocked the mithril tier ores, and then I was able to get, of course, the mithril anvil. For me, it was orichalcum anvil, and then I should be able to make these. The difference between this and the other one is going to be huge. This will give me a higher horizontal speed as well as a longer flight time. Also, I just noticed that I have not had any dye this whole entire game, and I haven't even stumbled upon the dye trader yet. That's kind of something I probably should eventually do just to look cool, because half of the game is looking cool in my opinion. I'm gonna grab my potions. When it comes nighttime, I think I'm gonna probably fight the twins again. I just noticed when I started up the video recording as well that I didn't have my ranger emblem on for the fight. I had the alluring bait, which is just mainly for fishing. This is just because I was recently fishing to get this weapon, and I got it, and I completely forgot to switch. I may have said twins. I meant Skeletron Prime. I'm not able to actually craft it though. What am I missing for this mechanical skull? All right, so I need a couple souls of light. I think that my hollow biome is over here near the jungle underground somewhere, so I'll have to go over there and get some souls of light. I don't remember exactly where it is because I don't think I even have an overworld hollow biome. I just remember running through the jungle one day and getting like the background change indicating that there was a hollow somewhere, but I never saw any like overworld hollow blocks or anything. All right, here it is. I got it. I don't know if there is. I guess there's some overworld stuff showing, but I'm assuming it's mostly underground. It's gonna be this region in general is just gonna be like an underground hollow. So that means I'll probably want to dig down to get my souls. Of course, I'll need to be a little deeper than I am. I'm recording this video a little earlier than I normally would just because of scheduling stuff. I have to drive home to my parents to go to a dentist appointment, and it's like right after my class. So I'll have no time tomorrow to make a video. So I was like, hey, let me just sit down, record at least something, right? Stick to my plan, and then we'll see where it goes from there. There's some pixies, which is always a good sign. It means we're in the right vicinity for souls of light. Of course, when they do go deeper than this level, but at least we're getting hollow spawns. All of a sudden, it stopped becoming a hollow biome, so I'm concerned. I might even make an artificial one over near my house to get the souls that I need. Mine as much pearl stone as I can. I'll need around like 200 to make an artificial biome, which isn't terrible. All right, I just got out. I got some stuff. I wasn't really able to find any underground biome, but since it is almost nighttime, I'm gonna get my summon for the twins, and then we're gonna see if we can refight and rebeat the twins. I want to throw this dude down here so I can have it up here, and I'll spawn my two guys and just wait for the night to come. I'm gonna also zoom out just so I can see better. Hopefully you guys will still be able to see what's going on, but if not, you'll at least get to like see the boss. There you go. Made my mama proud with that fight. Let's see if we got anything useful. I don't think so. What does this guy do? Instantly gain rage over time. Rage does not fade away when out of combat. I don't think that's worth using. That's kind of cool. But rage in general is in like an insanely powerful buff outside of a boss fight. Recently, I've been thinking about the meaning of depression. And of course, everyone's going to have a different feeling about depression and have different experiences than I've had. But I think it's fair to say that almost everyone has had some of these feelings before, and that depression is a very, very universal talking point. As of recently, I've actually been decently optimistic about everything in my life, but I have really questioned if that's been the case more often than not. What I mean by this is recently I've been doing good mentally, and I've been optimistic, like I said. Although I have been feeling like this, I've had little spurts here and then where I really do question if I'm depressed or not. Because of this, I did a little more research on what depression actually means. It's interesting because the definition for depression is quite simply just the elevation or lowering of a person's mood, which is interesting because the elevation of someone's mood, how would that at all be characterized by depression is what you'd think, right? Another definition states that clinical depression is a mental health disorder characterized by persistently depressed mood or loss of interest in activities. I think the loss of interest in activities is definitely one that I've related to recently. I don't think it's anything more than just stress or anxiety just because of how much I've had on my plate to do the past couple weeks. But it does like leave me, others I know in similar situations, in a state of like kind of don't want to do anything. Traditionally, I've been someone who always be super responsible with my daily tasks. Like I'll get my room clean, I'll make sure my laundry is put away. But as of recently, just because of how much I've been overloaded, my schedule, oh my, I might die. As of recently, since my schedule's been pretty overloaded, I think on paper, I am in a state of depression. Not that I am mentally not sound or that I'm not happy with my life, but I definitely am in a less positive, a less up state than I was before I had all this stress on my plate. I also just got blessed by my ability. I just got eaten alive. And of course, I feel for anyone that is in a different position where it's completely taking over their life and their mental health. I have been in similar positions throughout my life, and I know that it's not fun, and I know that it's very hard to get out of and actually have a good outlook on life coming from anyone in that position. But I wouldn't say that at the moment I am anywhere near that, which I'm grateful for. I would definitely say that depression to me comes in different shapes, sizes, and colors. There's thousands of different ways you can feel depressed. You can feel depressed because you didn't get enough sleep and you're exhausted, right? You could be the happiest person in the world, have the greatest outlook on life, but you're still going to be susceptible to depression in any shape or form, which is interesting because humans you'd think would be hardwired to be optimistic all the time or happy all the time. But I think the reason that humans do feel depression is kind of just to give us a different outlook, right? To change something maybe. And that does sound harsh, but sometimes I do notice when I'm depressed, like I said earlier, it's because I haven't done as much or I just don't feel as good. And maybe that's just a way of our bodies telling us that we need to change something. At the lowest level, that could be something as simple as just eating healthier, right? I think sometimes eating can lead to different states of depression where you don't feel as good, of course, and your mental health may not be as good as normal. Or even something bigger, like changing your friend group. If you have a friend group that really doesn't suit your personality or some group that doesn't help you become a better person, maybe you know that in deep down inside. Maybe feeling down is your body's way of kind of pushing you to be better or have a better friend group. I think for me at the moment, my biggest thing comes from stress. I push myself to be the best I can in every aspect of my life, which isn't always the greatest thing. Of course, this leads to an insane amount of stress, like I said, and other things that just aren't healthy. So my depressed state is a result of that. And because of that, my depression is formed more around daily tasks. It's not that I'm sad throughout the day or that I hate life. Like I'm happy with where I'm at, right? And I'm really grateful for the things I have. I'm just little things like getting up to do my chores or eating enough food before I go to bed. Little things like that don't take precedence anymore just because of how much stress I feel and how much I feel overwhelmed sometimes. But yeah, that's my opinion on stress. And I guess simplest forms of depression and kind of what they mean to me. Do you realize that if you are in any situation where depression seems to be taking over your life to a point where you just don't want to be here anymore, there are plenty of tools and plenty of resources that can help you with that. I wish you the best. Keep pushing on. Life will get better, I've found. But yeah, if you're at a low point in your life, just realize there's always room for improvement. Little things are great. Just start little and you'll see big changes happen over time. I think talking about things like this is really good for people. The people that will hear this, I hope, will get a different outlook on potentially their depression or others that they know, and just realize that it's all chemicals. Sadly, our brains aren't wired the way that it'd be pretty convenient for them to be, where we just are happy all the time. Hey, maybe our brains are just pushing us to become better in general. If not though, then it's kind of a mean design, huh? But yeah, that's about it. If you want to come watch me playing Calamity, you can tune into the live streams I do up over on Twitch. I'll put it on the screen as well as leave a link in the description. Go check those out if you'd like, and if not, have a good rest of your day and love you all.